Welcome to Corks and Cauldron, where two friends uncork a bottle, cast a few spells, and dive deep into fantasy, books, and theories. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jen. Quick disclaimer, this is an adult podcast about adult books. So expect some spicy language, spicy content, and spicy spoilers.
We are also recording this at like 8:30 at night after working a full day, so we're a little slap happy.
It's going to be great.
It's gonna be a fun episode, guys. So let's pour a drink, grab a snack, and get started. Tonight, we're covering chapters 27 through 34 of Glint. So, more about Oren and Rip.
Yay.
What are we eating today?
Okay. So this is a very underrated kind of... Some people use it as an appetizer, and I sometimes use it in the mornings for breakfasts, like a quick grab and go. But it's cream cheese sausage balls.
Sausage balls.
I know it's kind of an old school recipe, but I love it. And these chapters, they kind of reminded me of Bobby Singer in Supernatural. And if you have not seen Supernatural, I need you to go to Netflix. Please pause the episode, go to Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, steal your friend's account.
It might be on Hulu too.
It may be on Hulu, but I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
Anyway, I need you to go and just give it a shot. At least watch a couple of the episodes with Bobby Singer in them. Because here's the thing. When things aren't going his way, much like the beginning of these chapters for Oren,
Poor Oren.
he tends to shout out balls.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just funny, and it just seemed appropriate for this. So sausage balls are really easy. It's a 4-ingredient thing. 1 pound of pork sausage. You can use spicy, you can use breakfast, you can use Italian.
Whatever.
Pork sausage.
Yep.
An 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese. 2 cups of Bisquick. And a cup of shredded cheddar.
That's
it.
it.
All of that together in a bowl. And then so you have options. I have a cookie scooper. Also will use a mini muffin pan because I don't care if they come out perfectly round. So I put them in a mini muffin pan, or you can put them on a cookie sheet. If they are not round enough for you, you can't pick them up and roll them in your hands to make them a little bit more round. I don't like the way it makes my hands feel because of the softened cream cheese and the pork. It's not pleasant on my hands. So anyway, that's totally not the point of this. You put that in the fridge for about 10-15 minutes while you are preheating your oven to 350. And then after your oven's preheated, toss those babies in the oven and bake them for about 25-ish. And then they're done.
That's it.
And they're delicious, and you can actually store them as long as you put them in a sealed container. They should stay for about 2 or 3 days in the fridge because they have cheese.
Yeah.
In the fridge. But they taste really good. And if you take them to a party, people will eat them as long as it's not a vegan party.
Or a vegetarian.
I guess it wouldn't be very popular at a vegetarian or vegan party.
No, but if it is one of my parties, you're hearing a lot of ball jokes.
True. See? So what is going to be the drink that we have with our balls?
It fits. It really does. We are going with Love Me Not. Look how pretty the label is.
Pretty.
Yeah.
I like it. It's got flowers on it.
I know. It is very, very girly. So this wine is a silky red blend that brings dark cherry, plum, and mocha to the table. It's like a love letter gone sour. It's medium-bodied with just enough spice to sting, and it's perfect pour for watching the trust unravel and choices haunt you in high-definition heartbreak. It pairs beautifully with dramatic sighing, yelling girl no at fictional characters, and rewriting your ex's name into the villain arc. So, you're supposed to drink it chilled. I did not prep, so I'm not drinking it chilled. But it's a red. It should be fine, right? So yeah, that's what I'm drinking.
All right.
Let's see if I can get it open without hurting myself. It's a really pretty color.
It is. It's like purpley.
Yeah. Smells good.
While you are taking a sip of that, did you guys know that at Raven Kennedy Books is on Instagram? I think we've talked about this before. I know we've mentioned that she's on Facebook.
She's pretty active on social media. She's on Threads too.
Very. Yes. On Instagram, though, she's been doing something called a Fun Fact Friday, which I really love. One of the first ones was in the Plated Prisoner series, I being Raven. So for the rest of this, I'm going to be saying I, and it's Raven. In the Plated Prisoner series, I never named any other person starting with the letter A except for Orin. I wanted her to stand completely apart. The only other name in the series that starts with an A is the Timberwing Argo. Orin's name is very deliberate. AU is the scientific symbol on the periodic table for gold, and the REN at the end of her name sounds like the bird wren. So gold bird
Goldfinch
equals goldfinch. Argo, the name of the Timberwing, is the name from Greek mythology. It was the ship built with the help of the gods that sailed to retrieve the Golden Fleece.
Raven.
And so we're going to see them in this chapter set.
We hear briefly about them, and like the description does not align with what I had in my head with them. Still, I just can't get over it.
Okay.
I think, like, I remember my first read through and reading Orin and being like, well, that's a weird name. And then, like, subconsciously, maybe, or like not really like clicking, but I was like, oh, AU is gold. That's funny. And then moving on with my life. No?
I didn't even think that clicked for me until I was reading this, and I was like, you bitch. That was great. I love that.
Yeah, it was super interesting to read.
Yeah, she's sneaky.
She is sneaky. Good old
guys,
Raven.
we're going to try something new this week. Normally, at this point, Gabby gives us a quick recap of each chapter before we jump into a deep dive. But because we're doing so many chapters in these episodes, it's putting us like right at that 2-hour mark, which can be a long time for some of us to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Especially our like 4 listeners. So I'm sorry, 4 listeners, especially Leah, who gave us a comment on our guild.
One of them, yeah.
Ending episode.
Yeah, I think it was the recap.
Our guild recap. So thank you, Leah, on Spotify.
Yeah.
But if you've had to listen to these 2-hour episodes, we appreciate you for sticking with us.
And
we're going to try something a little new.
If you have strong feelings about skipping the recap and not listening to me gasp for breath as I try to speed read these recaps, and you want them back, let us know. Drop a comment, email us, hunt us down on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We are receptive.
We like feedback, guys. My brother-in-law sent me a giant text message. Like, it was big. And I appreciated every bit of it.
He had a lot of good constructive criticism.
Good constructive criticism. Anyway, I'm so sorry we did get distracted. Deep dive chapter 27.
Chapter 27. Orin can't sleep. Same girl. I can never sleep.
Yeah.
But she is also going through like a full-blown identity crisis. She doesn't know who she is, what's going on, which way is up. She is struggling to reconcile what she has been taught about the Fourth Kingdom and their army versus what is happening to her being a prisoner in the Fourth Kingdom's army. She is being treated like a person. Like she's given free reign-ish. She's fed, she's clothed, she gets to ride in a carriage. She's not dragged behind a horse. We've seen that in some books where prisoners are dragged behind horses. No threats, no mistreatment. It's just basic human decency. And that is throwing her completely off balance.
Yeah, because she spent years telling herself that she's staying loyal to Midas because Midas is keeping her safe. And he's the only one that can do that to her. And he's the only person that she can trust because he's the only one that can keep her safe.
Well, when he orchestrates people attacking them so he can swoop in and save them.
I mean, yeah. We still have that unfounded. We're waiting for Raven to listen to that episode and tell us if it's true. But now she's starting to have doubts and she's whispering them into the darkness, voicing a thought she might never have actually said out loud before. Maybe she can't fully trust him either. And she says it out loud and doesn't even realize she did it.
There's just something about speaking words out loud into the universe that makes it real. Yeah, exactly. Like really it's just I mean, we've all had those moments where we say something and it came out wrong or we didn't mean it, and like we watch those words go into the universe and we're like, ooh, want to take those back. But like something like this, it's that moment of realization, whether you're in a bad relationship or whether you, I don't know, need to break down and buy a new car or
have to admit to yourself that you're not happy about something.
Yeah, or you need to go back to school or you want a new job or Just that moment of admitting things makes it so much more real.
Yep. And because they're out there now and there's just no way she can sit here with that.
Yeah.
She has to get up and move.
So let's go for a midnight walk, right? Like, that's
Yeah,
when all the best ideas come.
Actually, that's pretty true. But let's get dressed and put on our super loosely fitting dress because we've been wearing the same one for like weeks and can't really wash it.
Yeah, how long have they been traveling at this point? 10
I
days?
don't even know.
I feel like it's been just over a week.
Probably.
Before the Red Raids, she was traveling for about a week.
At least.
Red Raids only had her for a day,
Yep.
not even a full day.
And they've been with these guys. This has been the long way round, so
I don't
at
know if we
least
get a
3,
timeline.
4, 5. Yeah, we have no idea. Honestly, we have no idea, guys.
But either
It's
way,
been a while. The dress is really baggy.
And gross. Yeah. So, Orin goes for her midnight stroll, and she ends up at the Saddles tent. Because that's, A, it's a tent she knows, right?
Yes.
B, it's people she knows, whether they like her or not, whether she likes them or not, they know each other, and there is a sense of comfort in that. She is still trying to hold on to something familiar. She just wants some sort of comfort, like wearing your favorite hoodie, something. And then, of course, she gets to the tent, and guess who steps out to meet her?
The guards.
The guards. Just kidding. It's actually Polly, and Polly hates her. Polly Pocket is the worst. Yeah, and Polly makes it very clear that the feeling is not mutual. Like, yes, we know each other, and that's where it ends.
Yeah, she's letting her know that none of the Saddles want to see her
That's
at all.
gotta hurt.
Yeah, they don't want her talking to them. They don't want her giving their information from their king to her commander.
What are you implying, Jennifer?
I don't know.
What is that bitch Polly implying?
I don't know. What is Polly trying to say?
Polly is trying to say that because Orin doesn't have to hang out with the Saddles, because she sleeps in the commander's tent, because Orin has the freedom, she can walk around the camp and the other Saddles can't. The other Saddles are convinced that she is sleeping with the commander. She is fulfilling her saddlery duties. Is saddlery a word?
I mean, it is now.
We're going with it. It's a verb. It's a public school education, guys. It's kicking in. So, yeah. From the Saddles' perspective, it has switched sides. So, we're getting all of this stuff from Orin's POV. This whole set of chapters is from Orin's POV. And so we know that Orin is not a true captive, I guess is what I'm going to say.
Oh, or a true saddle, for that matter.
That's true.
I mean, let's just call it what it is.
That is true. Yeah.
I think the reason that he kept her separate is, well, she's Fae and he knows.
They're soulmates. Don't you dare diminish this from them.
All right, you're right. Fine. It's not because she can't control her power.
Right.
It's because they're soulmates.
Correct. And love conquers all. All right. Anyway, Polly does not pull back any punches and calls Orin Rip's whore. And Orin is just like, she's just tired of getting called names. And I don't blame her. Like, no one ever calls her by her name. They just call her derogatory names.
Polly didn't even call her by her name when she got there.
No,
like,
you're right.
The guards were like, you can stay for a few minutes because
we hear they're still awake.
We can hear them whispering. Yeah. And Polly steps out and she doesn't even say Orin. She says Guild. And that's how I pictured her saying it. So
100%.
That's how I had to say it. Sorry.
But this, this just feeds into Orin's underlying fear, right? No matter where she is, no matter who she is, no matter who she associates with, she is always going to be someone's possession. That's all people are going to think about with her, is they're always just going to see her as a possession and not a person.
And then bitch puts her hands on her.
The bitch shoves her.
I don't even think it was that hard. My guess is that she kind of put her hand on her and just pushed.
And I think Orin was just so shocked.
Yes.
Polly never would have touched her in front of Midas. No one touches her when she's with Midas.
Yeah. So it's not even about how hard she pushed her. It's just the fact that she touched her. How dare she?
It's It is. Anyway, Orin gets shoved and it pisses her off. She is
hurts her feelings too.
She's mad and she's hurt, and she should be. Quite frankly, like, she has every right in this scenario to be mad and angry.
Yeah, I agree. So she takes off, and she's not walking back toward her tent because she's too upset. She doesn't want to take the chance of Rip being in there and him seeing her cry. Because I mean, I wouldn't want somebody to see me at my weakest point either. Like, I get frustrated when I cry.
Yep.
So I can understand where she's coming from. But that's when she starts walking and she hears the horses, and then she hears it. It's a soft screech. And she stands there for a minute and
she doesn't
listens
believe
again.
that she heard it. She's,
Yeah.
what?
She waits and she listens again, and there it is again. She hears the messenger hawks.
Yep.
And she sees this just unassuming little black carriage that's got, okay, so I'm picturing it's got little like window things in it, like kind of how it described it. There's a hole on top for the hawks to get out of.
Sure.
But instead of there being like windows or bars or something, there's just like a little strip so that air can come in.
See, I pictured like it was still wood, but like just wider spaces between the slats.
I can see that. Okay,
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
I don't think either one of us are wrong.
And there's a door that's well oiled,
so it doesn't squeak.
And when you go in, it's got everything you need.
Pen, well, quill,
ink,
parchment,
sand, parchment, 4 hawks.
Did you say sand?
Sand,
Why do they need sand?
To put over the ink to dry it really fast so that they can roll it and it doesn't get all
smudged
and unreadable.
Smudge City.
Yeah.
But anyway, she gets to this wagon, and these hawks, these birds, are huge. They are not for show. They're not for doing tricks. They are war intelligence machines, animals, not machines, but
yeah.
Yep. And Orin sees an opportunity. She hasn't seen an opportunity to shift the power in a long time.
And she's feeling some kind of way.
She's all up in her feelings. Yep.
Polly made her feel bad about what she thinks she's doing.
Well, she said that betrayal thought out loud. She wouldn't talk to Polly. Like, this was just a recipe for disaster.
So she decides
Orin
to go ahead and send a letter.
Sends a letter to Midas, and it is the most like dramatic prom queen-esque letter.
Yes.
It's, let me see. Oh, I have it. So the message specifically says, Fourth Army has captured me and the others. They're marching on you. Prepare. Signed, You're Precious. Who signed something like that? You're Precious.
Orin does in chapter 28.
It's just so dramatic.
So you're picturing him on the other end of it going, or are you picturing like Gollum going, my precious?
If I ever signed something to my boyfriend with You're Precious, he would think that I've been kidnapped.
I would think that you'd been kidnapped. Actually, if your boyfriend called me, my first words would be, what's wrong?
What hospital am I going to?
Yeah. And what's funny is she talks about how bad her penmanship is right now because of all the adrenaline going through her.
Right, she's got to scrawl it really fast.
Can you imagine, though, having to write it? Because it's got to be
just
on
a
this
thin,
tiny, like, half-inch wide slip of paper that's, I guess, as long as you need it to be.
You just tear it off when you're ready?
Yeah. Like, are you writing, like, block letters as long as you can, or are you trying to be neat and put, like, double rows, or?
I don't know. My handwriting looks like a drunk got a hold of a pen, so no one can ever read my handwriting.
That's how I imagine Orin's writing is for this. So
yes, she sends out a letter to Warren Midas because fucking why not?
And I like how when they're describing how the biggest hawk decides that he's going to be the one that goes to deliver this letter, because she holds it up and he bites at the other ones and then jumps down and stares at her, and there is a vial on each leg for the messages, and one of them is for the north and one of them is for the south.
Yep.
So she puts it in the one for the south because Fifth Kingdom is to the south of where they are. So that's kind of neat. But yeah, so she gets that sent out.
As she's getting it sent out, like right as she gets it sent out, 2 guards walk up and they're squabbling like an old married couple. It's
She
kind of
wants a
fun.
cigarette.
He just wants a smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Orin has to like sneak back to her tent, avoiding these guards.
It's so fantastic. And they're just such guards. They're so I just imagine them being younger guys that are just walking around trying to keep warm.
Yeah, because they're away from the fires.
The hawk scares him as it leaves, and one guy says to the other, "They hunt at night, stupid."
Duh.
Which is like my favorite. And as soon as she sends it and sneaks out,
Instant regret.
Immediate regret.
It's faster than instant coffee. The amount of regret that she feels, like and that's another one of those, like once it's done, you can't take it back. Yeah. And Orin is learning all sorts of lessons about that lately, which sucks.
Oh yeah.
Those lessons suck. And like I think one of the reasons why she struggles a lot with it is because she didn't feel like she was doing it for the quote unquote right reasons, right? She was doing it to show Polly that she's on their side.
To prove that she was still loyal to her king, Midas.
So she wasn't doing it because she felt loyal. She was doing it to prove that she is still loyal.
Right. And I don't think she is.
I don't think she is either.
And she doesn't think she is. She's really like got that heartburny,
Awkward,
nasty feeling and that bad taste in her mouth that happens when you do something that's just not a win.
Yeah. Yep. When you do something and then immediately regret it.
Yes. And she knows she made a mistake. It was a big mistake.
She knows she fucked up.
She's trying to live with it now.
Yeah. So she tries to go back to her tent, right? Well, the tent she shares with Rip. And guess who's waiting for her?
Hojak?
No. And not Polly either. Rip.
Right.
And Rip he's not mad. He's not angry. He's not disappointed even, I'll say. Like, he's just, according to Orin, he's just off. He's not picking on her. He's not prodding at her. He's just off.
I think that the word she's looking for is resigned.
Yeah.
Because that's what it felt like to me reading it. He wasn't mad or disappointed. He was just resigned.
This is me speculating wildly, but he feels like she's made her decision then. She's made her choice. No matter what has happened between them these past however many days, the feeling that they found or felt at the boat, none of that matters. She's made her decision.
He thought he was getting through to her.
Well, because they're soulmates and nothing should come between them.
Okay, but she hasn't really accepted her Fae side in decades. So that's probably part of it.
All I know is I could never date Orin. I
probably did date Orin in guy form at least once.
I know I've dated a Midas or two, for sure.
But he's so resigned and off, and Orin knows he knows.
I'll say he's probably a little disappointed and resigned.
I'm sure. Yeah. But I think there was a part of him hoping that the more time she spent with him
and with the
army
got to know him
and got to know them, that maybe she would start to see that Midas wasn't that great, which she does see that.
She's never admit it.
Freaking stubborn.
Yep. I don't know.
That she just doesn't. I don't know where she gets it from. She must be a Taurus.
Never been that stubborn. Hey, don't be rude. We're supposed to be friends on this podcast.
But she's in her shift, which is her slip, and he stands up, and she's like, "This is it. I'm finally going to see why they call him Rip." I'm sure that's what's running through his mind.
Yeah.
Her mind, not his mind. I'm sure running through her mind is like, okay, I know it's not because he rips people's heads off.
Maybe I'm gonna find out that it actually is.
Maybe let's find out what it really is for. So she's bracing herself, and he comes up and he puts his hand on her throat. And then what happens?
And then they have their first smooch. Well, I mean, it's a gentle kiss, but I feel like it's him saying goodbye, honestly. Like, I feel like this is him just being like, well, you have made your bed. I'm not going to stand in your way because that's not who I am. You have made your choice.
Oh.
So this is me saying goodbye to someone who doesn't even know that we're saying goodbye. But yeah, it's not heated. It's not demanding. It's just a very sweet and innocent kiss. It sounded like a nice first kiss as far as smooches go.
The barely touching.
Mm-hmm.
The start of...
It could be so much more.
Yeah.
And then Oren doesn't pull away. She just stands there, doesn't kiss him back, but doesn't move away either.
And when he takes his hand off of her, she actually leans forward toward him.
Oh, yeah. She knows. She knows her soulmates.
I mean, her body knows.
Yeah. I feel so bad for Rip in this scene, and I would love to get his POV on it. So
that would be awesome.
Raven Kennedy, if you're listening, let's get on that. I know you're working on something else, but drop everything and work on this. But yeah, he kisses her like she's something worth wanting, which I don't think she's ever been kissed like that before. It sounds like every other token of affection she's received has had strings attached to it, or like a possession. Yeah, transactional. That's a great word for it. Yeah. So they have this really, really light, sweet, quick smooch, and then he steps back and says, also, FYI, we're gonna be at the Fifth Kingdom soon. You'll be pleased to know about that. And Oren, I'm just picturing like all the blood rushing from her face, as pale as she can get. And then he finishes it with, especially so soon after sending your message to him. Just a knife in the gut and then twisted. Yeah. So he knows, she knows that he knows. It's like that Friends episode. You know, I know that you know that she knows. She knows that he knows, and he knows that she knows that he knows.
That she chose.
That she chose that fuckface.
But he still kissed her.
Because they're soulmates, and he knows it, and she can't get her shit together.
And she didn't play the game right.
She did not play the game right. And then he just walks away. Like, I would be so confused if I was Oren right now. Just so confused.
I mean, she's already confused.
She's been confused since she got kidnapped. Yeah.
The kiss is just definitely throwing her into a tailspin. I can't imagine she really got much sleep that night.
Yeah.
And when she finally does, chapter 29, nightmares.
She had, like, okay. So in her nightmare, I wish I'd wrote this out more. Basically, she's just gushing gold.
She's in a bath. And it's steamy. She's in this nightmare, she's in the Sixth Kingdom, in her cage, taking a bath, and there's steam everywhere, and there's, of course, a blizzard because
it's the Sixth Kingdom.
That's how we know we're in the Sixth Kingdom.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, she feels something thick in the water.
She thinks it's soap
when she first poured it in.
Mm-hmm.
And she hears screaming, so she's trying to stand up and figure out what that is. And we don't actually find out what that is. That's just part of the nightmare. It's probably just what makes her wake up. And then scary stuff happens. The gold starts gushing out of her.
Straight up,
she
just
can't make it stop.
Gushing out of her. She can't make it stop. She tries to scream for Midas. And then it coats her throat, her voice, like her mouth. She ends up, she remembers Coin, the bird that was frozen in the atrium. Yeah. From like a whole book ago.
Like right at the beginning chapters of Guild.
And she is panicking. The gold is overtaking her. This is her worst nightmare.
And Midas, that
fucking prick,
is just watching her and saying, keep going, precious. We need more.
He will bleed her dry. And
which is what this nightmare is telling her.
But she'll never admit it. Oren doesn't have a BFF to talk about dreams to. So I don't think she does any like dream study or like thinks about the dream. Yeah, she's just, that was a nightmare.
I think the part that freaked her out the most too is that her ribbons were trying to save her, but the more they fought, the more they got gilded as well.
Yep.
And I'm just picturing these poor ribbons like flying out around her, just
trying
like
to
freezing
protect her
in place.
Yep.
And just Midas coming up to her and softly kissing her lips as she's fully gilded, and she can't feel it, thank God. But she also can't hear anything, but she can still see, and no one can hear her screaming. And that's the worst part for me.
Literally my worst nightmare.
But she wakes up and she's like thrashing, and 3 of her ribbons are trying to hug her, and all the rest of them are like trying to fight whatever this is, which is nothing. And her hair is just like matted to her.
She's sweating.
And Rip is just chilling on his bed watching her have this nightmare.
Well, honestly, Orin, you kind of deserved it. I said it.
And he's just chilling there.
Yep. Either getting dressed or getting into bed.
Nope. They're getting up.
They're getting up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was an early morning. They got up before dawn, and Rip said, I suggest you get up and get ready. We move out as soon as dawn breaks. So, no sarcastic quip, no lingering touches, none of the slow build that we've been seeing. Just orders. And I think for like the first time in this entire book, she doesn't argue with him.
Weird.
Well, she just had a nightmare.
Yeah.
That always discombobulates me.
So she gets up, she gets dressed, she comes out, and there's 2 soldiers waiting to break down the tent. She apologizes for being so slow.
Yeah, they're moving at like double speed.
Yeah.
Rip is ready to get to the Fifth Kingdom. He's just done.
She goes and tries to find food, and even Keg's not cooking.
Which is,
so
that feels illegal.
He hands her like crusty bread. I'm not even sure it's crusty. I think it might just be day old bread and beef jerky.
Yeah. Yeah. Some sort of jerky.
Yeah.
Maybe some nuts. Yeah, but Orin is still really struggling with her decision.
Yeah.
And she should be. There's just something deep inside telling her that she fucked up.
Yeah.
And that voice, when you do something like this, that voice will not shut up until you make it right, or until you apologize, or until you do something.
Or until Lou gives you some
badass advice.
It really was good advice.
It was great advice. I need to write that down and just have it in my email signature or something. Lou is the closest thing that Orin's going to have to a BFF in this book. And she is here to do what everyone wants to do. She is here to cut through Orin's internal mess with some just reality checks. Or Lou is the friend that you don't go to when you want comfort. Lou is the friend that you go to when you don't want to hear what you know you need to hear. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So Lou corners Orin and says, someone pissed in the commander's stew. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
And Orin's like, what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Know what you're talking about. And since she's such a great liar, I'm sure she can't even meet Lou's eyes at that point. She's just staring at
the ground.
I think it's the horse.
Or, yeah.
She's petting the horse that's attached to her carriage or something.
Yeah, yeah. Lou sends the carriage driver away and I'm not going to say lays into Orin. She's very kind about it, especially for Lou.
I love that she just looks at her and she's like, own your shit.
Just own it.
It's not even like there's no candy sugarcoating. No.
It's honestly like the best way out of situations like this is to own it. Just, I fucked up. I am so sorry. Mm-hmm. How can I make it better? Not even like I will never do it again, because you can't make that promise and be sincere, but what can I do today to make this better? Yeah. But Lou reminds Orin that they are women, and they are both in a men's world. And it is stacked against them. Mm-hmm. And so Lou goes on to say, you have 2 options in this world. One is you can be what they expect. And then she uses her other hand, right?
Yes. You can make yourself small, comply, survive.
Option 2 is own your choices. Stand in them. Don't let the world crush you just because it would be easier if you let it. You're what you choose to be. I feel like all of Fourth Kingdom's armies that we know, obviously we don't know everyone in the army, but the characters we meet, they have a lot of integrity, I think is the word I'm looking for, and principle. And they are the crew that if they fuck up, they're going to say, shit, I fucked up. Yep. How can I make this better? But Lou telling her that's the moment that Orin can finally acknowledge that she has a say and who she's going to become.
Yes. And I like that Lou's giving this to her before they start traveling so that she has time to
sit on it and think
about it.
Yep.
But she gives her something else too. It's not just that she needs to own who she is. She tells her more because she tells her she sees more than just a gilded pet in her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. And that the Fae woman or the Fae person she saw in the fighting circle we talked about last episode is a warrior. And that she thinks that Orin could be a warrior. And no one has ever told Orin that. Orin's always been coddled, needs to be kept safe. She's never had to stand on her own 2 feet like this.
No. She never has. So I like the way that Lou talked to her here. Like I said already, she didn't sugarcoat anything.
She didn't talk down to her either, though.
She treated her like a person, like a friend.
Mm-hmm.
She treated her like a friend and was like, you fucked up.
These are your options.
Here are your options. This is who I think you could be.
But you have to choose that.
Yeah, you have to choose that because I know that everybody else sees you this way. And you have to decide if you want to be that or if you want to be what I think you can be.
Ugh. Everyone needs a friend like Lou.
Yes. It was like a walking green flag, at least in this specific chapter. I'm gonna caveat that. In this chapter, Lou is a green flag.
She's a green flag throughout everything. I don't care what you say. All right, so Orin is grappling with that. Does she finally start choosing herself? Does she keep lying to herself, keep clinging to the past? It's easy, right, to cling to the past and to go back to what you know, and it's comfortable. And let's be real, having someone take care of your every whim is kind of nice. But anyway, Chapter 30.
Chapter 30 is done waiting to be saved. And, well, Judd is kicking her ass.
Judd is kicking
for the second night in a row. And it's funny.
It's what she asked for. She asked to be trained.
After Lou told her to own her shit, she went to Lou and said, I want to train so that I can be stronger and I can be a warrior.
She wants to learn.
We have no idea exactly how that conversation went, but that's what I imagine.
Know, yeah. She wants to learn how to use her ribbons. She doesn't want to be dependent on a man anymore.
Yeah. And shockingly, Lou says yes.
Lou and the boys both say yes. Judd and
Osric.
I can never say his name. Osric. They're all more than happy to help train her.
And they give her fantastic advice.
The best advice. Are you guys ready for it? You guys need to write this down. My favorite piece of advice that they give her is stop getting hit.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That is a good one.
Yep.
And that's after Judd has hit her a couple times. He made her own little special sword. It's smaller than the regular wooden sword.
Yep.
So that she can hold it. I imagine that it's probably similar to one that he made for Twig.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah. And
she's just so weak. She's never had to do anything.
I can just see Lou and Ostrich on the side, sitting on furs, drinking, and just yelling out stuff like, he probably shouldn't have hit you like that.
Move faster.
You should have blocked. Move faster.
Lou and Osric are you and I sitting on the side drinking.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And Orin's really trying. And she has no instinct for this at all.
She has spent the past, so she got her ribbons when she was, 15-ish?
Yes.
Okay, so she's been in the castle for 10 years. She's about 20-ish.
25.
25. Okay, so for 10 years, since she's had her ribbons, she has worked so hard to not use them, to hide them, she's never had to train with them except to do her hair or zip up her dress, she's never A, she's never had to train to be a warrior, and B, she's never had trained to use her ribbons as anything other than an accessory.
And Judd and Osric are trying to explain to her that using her ribbons should be her first instinct in a fight.
She's got 24 extra limbs, essentially.
They're her defense mode.
Mm-hmm.
So Osric, being the super helpful trainer that he is,
fucking punches her.
in the shoulder. And not even a full, like, hard punch for him.
No, he says it's a half punch.
It's a half punch. And she was like, you punch like a he said, you fall like a bag of stones or something. And she was like, you punch like a fucking bag of stones. And he was like, that wasn't even hard.
Yeah, so he pulls back to swing at her again.
And her ribbons fight back.
Yes! We love that for her.
And they stop his fist midair. And that's exactly what he wanted to happen.
He just had to properly motivate her.
Yeah. Into fear and not thinking. And letting them take over. But she gets what he's saying.
Yeah. I think she needed that to happen. As we're not saying it's okay to beat up women. We're not saying that.
Even if they're asking to be trained. Okay. If they're asking to be trained, which is what she did. Yes, it's okay as long as they're learning defensive stuff. What he did, however, was a little
shady. Yeah.
Outside of that. So, but he did it for a reason. He was trying to show her that it is an instinct that she has.
She just needs to let go.
She's just suppressed it for so long that she needed to be scared for it to work. And I would be scared as heck of him too, trying to punch me.
The way that I picture him, yeah, he's terrifying.
Yeah.
He should be a bouncer somewhere.
And after that, they're like, and we're done because it's cold out here. And they are away from all of the other people so that she can use her ribbons because they don't want the other soldiers seeing her with the ribbons. So.
Yep. So they call it quits for the night. They start walking back to the tents. And Oren. Sweet summer child Oren just blurts out, "Why are you helping me? I'm the enemy." Oren, girl, just let these people help you. Like, just let them be nice to you. Not everything has strings.
And Judd just tells her, hey, you're not our enemy.
Yet.
He doesn't say it, but it's implied.
Yeah. And yeah, I think Lou likes her. I think Lou likes her as a person and wants the best for her.
And Osric is still on the fence.
Osric is loyal to the Fourth Kingdom.
Yes.
Probably to a fault.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all right. We can all.
And Judd is Judd.
Judd is out for himself. I mean, he's loyal to the Fourth Kingdom for sure, but Judd is loyal to himself. And I think Judd is the Riddick of this group. Right. He's fun. People don't take him seriously.
I think he's smart enough to know that just because they're on different sides of a fence may not necessarily mean that it makes them enemies.
Are you ready for Gabby's conspiracy theory?
Oh, no.
Pull on your tinfoil hats. Drink your water.
What it is.
I think that Rip told them that they're soulmates. And so that this wrath, this group, this crew have already accepted her. And that they are trying to make sure that they can work as a couple. And that she can protect herself, not from Rip, but from everyone else.
I accept that.
That's right, you do.
Because he doesn't really share, he doesn't keep anything from them.
Nope.
He's got no reason to. He trusts them all.
And
implicitly.
I am convinced he knew on the ship that they were soulmates, or mates, or whatever the fuck we're calling it in this series. And he, of course, told them because it's a giant shock. And so this group of friends, this Wrath, is just trying to not push them together, but be supportive in a sneaky way.
Yeah. And I like that they've got that little camaraderie as they're walking to. She's asking them questions like, have you guys always been the Wrath? Are you the only ones? And then they kind of poke fun at her. Like
are you trying
first you're banning about that you're our enemy, and now you're asking us all this personal information.
But they never answer her either.
They don't. Because
they're not dumb.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lou lets her drink the last of the wine because her ribbons have earned it. She did not earn it.
Her ribbons did.
But her ribbons did.
Yes.
So she feels really good.
Yep.
And decides to do something really nice. Even after she's exhausted.
She got the shit beat out of her.
Yes. She's still walking on cloud 9. And decides to do something that's just kind. So she finds the person that she loves the most.
She finds the kindest person that she knows.
I stand by my decision.
In the camp.
She goes and gets Keg.
And Keg is a great guy. I don't think anyone's arguing that.
And she asks him if he knows where to get
A tub.
A bath.
A giant
A tub for a bath.
Yep. And so he thinks on it for a minute, and then they go steal the tub that they use for laundry, which is honestly kind of genius.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not only does he steal the tub, the two guys that happen to be doing their laundry, he's like, all right, guys, empty this out.
You're with
and
me.
Follow us.
Yep. Can
And
you
they're like,
imagine just trying to do your laundry and getting interrupted like that?
just trying to get my clothes clean.
I can't even remember to switch my laundry from the washer to the dryer.
I mean, and Oren's got to be wondering, like, wait, they've got extra clothes?
Wait, you guys are getting extra clothes?
Where'd that come from? You give me food. Where's the clothes?
Anyway, she draws up a bath.
She has them drag it over to the saddle's tent, and Keg is actually surprised because everybody knows what Polly said to them.
Because the camp is a bunch of gossips.
Yeah. And she doesn't owe them anything, and she's not expecting anything in return. And they're like, this changes nothing. After the bath is almost completely full and the water's probably nice and warm.
Yeah.
Because the guys are filling it with
snow and then melting it.
And then putting heated rocks in it to help melt it faster. And they've got a fire built up next to it, not under it, because that would be like, dinner. So Rissa and Polly are standing outside, and she starts reaching into her pockets and just pulling out soap to give them.
That she stole.
And she's like, here, this is for you guys so that you can bathe. And she's talking to the guards, letting them know that they need to make sure that these women can take and the one dude that's in there can take a bath and get clean. And they're like, well, and she's like, no, because she is not taking no for an answer on this. She's like, they will be taking a bath.
They have been
They will be washing their clothes.
They just want a bath. They just want to wash their clothes. They just want to wash their hair.
Yeah. So she's trying to help them, and she's being rude to her, and she's like, this doesn't change anything.
Polly's such a fucking bitch.
And don't expect us to be kinder to you. And Oren's like, I don't expect anything. Because she's not doing it. She's doing it for them, but really she's doing it for her because it's an act of kindness.
Do you think she's doing it because she still feels guilty about the letter?
Absolutely not. She's doing it because she can. She's doing it because she's not a shit person.
Oren is a much better person than I am. But the end of this chapter, her and Keg are walking away. Keg walks up to me as I walk back to my tent and says, that was nice of you. And she says, you sound surprised. And Keg goes on to say, this army is a bunch of gossips. I heard how those women turned you away. Some would say that they don't deserve your kindness. Keg points out. Oren, I shake my head, watching the ground as we go. Kindness shouldn't have to be earned. It should be freely given. Keg laughs softly. My ma used to say the same things. Used to say something like that. And you know what? What? She was a damn smart woman. That's like one of my favorite quotes from the whole series is kindness shouldn't have to be earned. It should be freely given. That being said, I'm a little bit of a bitch. So don't expect kindness.
I didn't highlight that, but I actually meant to.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite quotes.
Yeah. And then we get to chapter 31. Fifth Kingdom.
It's a whole different kind of cold than what she's used to.
It's quiet and it's not angry.
It's like a pleasant, it's like that cold after the snow, right? Without the wind, which if you're in Nebraska, you don't know what that's like, but we've heard about it.
I kind of picture it like you see those pictures of Montana or Wisconsin where it's starting to thaw. Yeah. And the mountains are there, and you see the ice and stuff moving around, and that's what I picture. Yeah.
However, we live in Nebraska, where the wind, we would be like the Sixth Kingdom. I'm convinced. Thoroughly convinced. It's just so windy. So windy.
I don't think there's a kingdom for us. I'm sorry.
Why are you like this?
Well, I don't want to be in the sixth kingdom. I mean, the winds are bad, but we don't have the blizzards and such all the time year round.
I guess we have seasons or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So it's different kind of cold.
Different kind of cold.
I guess like Canada. Mid-Canada.
There we go. Canada. Okay.
North Dakota, maybe. It's the kind of cold that doesn't bite, it settles, it doesn't scream, it whispers. So it's just that, like, pleasant cold. as pleasant as cold can be. And Oren feels that shift with her as they go into the kingdom, right? She goes from kind of being like defensive and angry and stressed and unsure to just patient. It's the first time in a week that no one is pressuring her, no one is demanding anything of her. It's just her and the snow and the endless, untouchable horizon of the Arctic Sea. And she
So, of
feels like
course.
she's drifting. And what a terrible sea to drift in.
But it's a great night for a walk.
Or in her nighttime walks.
Well, you know, she got to get her steps in because during the day she's in the carriage. So, and tonight, instead of wandering toward the fires, which is what she would normally do, she decides she wants to go off on her own toward the water.
And guess who else is there?
Hojat. It's going to be my first answer every time.
That's because Hojat is the best character in this series. No, it's Rip. Rip is there.
It is Rip. Yeah. Thank goodness, though, because she was about to fall flat on her face and break her nose.
Because she didn't use her ribbons.
She's walking. She'd walked okay up a hill, and she's walking down it, and all of a sudden just slips on a piece of ice and is flailing forward. And instead of using her 24 ribbons to stop her, which is what she did when she fell off of the plank into the snow. The snow
here on this icy, rocky area, she's just going to catch herself with her face.
Thankfully, Rip holds on to her, catches her with her coat, and helps her walk down until she gets onto steadier ground.
And then he drops her like a bad habit. Like, he does not want to touch her.
Do you blame him?
Absolutely not. No.
He still hurts.
I don't blame him. That's his soulmate.
She hurt his feeling.
I'm pretty sure he has more than one feeling, but
yeah.
He goes straight into lecture mode. You should have brought your ribbons out immediately to break your fall. You need to work on your instincts. And she's like, of course. And she's like, yeah, I've been told. Because that's just like
a very ostrich thing to say.
And you know that the Wrath told him too. Like, you know that he knows that she's training and what exactly she's struggling with.
I'm sure they're giving him daily updates.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm so proud of Oren for this.
I am too.
She apologizes to him. Like, they have that weird moment of silence with where she says, yeah, I've been told. And then it's that weird silence of, well, now what do we talk about? Because there's that giant elephant in the room. And she apologizes. And that takes a big person to just apologize. I don't know that I would have. I agree. But Rip is hurt. And he just doesn't respond.
I think he's just waiting. Because he's like, you know how an animal is caught, but they're not caught, and they're just trying to stand still so you don't see them?
I mean, my dog does that when I catch him doing something.
Yeah. So that's what Rip's doing. He doesn't know what to do yet. He's standing there going, what do I say? Do I say anything? Should I say anything? No, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to stand here and be cool. Just be cool, dude.
Just be cool. Just be cool. See, I think he's too smart for that. And I think he's too pissed and hurt. I think he's like, don't say what you want to say because you're just going to ruin it more. Just let it go. I really want Josh's inner monologue
in Rip. I want that.
Because that would 100% be Josh.
Or Leon from Ruthless Boys. His inner monologue. Okay, sorry.
See, I never read the Ruthless Boys.
Back to this. So, Oren starts to talk more.
I don't think Oren handles silence well. I think she's like me, where she like, if it's too silent too long, we just start rambling about stuff. That is the best way to get me to crack on something, is just to watch me like that. Like, make that face and watch me silently, and I'll just keep talking, and I'll end up giving you all the family secrets.
But it's good for her. It's kind of cathartic.
Yeah, I think she needed it.
I think she did too. So, for once, she's not really trying to be careful or control, keep what she says safe. She tells him what's been on her mind. She tells him, you've never treated me like your prisoner. Not really. She thought it was a tactic.
And she needed to believe that it was a tactic. She did not want to believe the alternative.
Yeah. Because if she believed the alternative, she would believe that people really are kind and not all
It's not transactional. There's not a price to being kind. She's never experienced that. Any ounce of kindness she has had in her life.
Not since she was 5.
Yeah.
Because I think that her parents were genuinely good people.
Her parents,
from what I read in book 5.
Yeah, I think her parents were genuinely good people. And then a little bit of spoilers here for, I want to say, book 4, 3 or 4. There's that lady that she stays with in the village that takes her in, who was legitimately kind. And that backfired.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all she's ever. But everyone
because
else
then
has
it was
always
Midas.
Yeah. Well, plus she was sold into the child trafficking. And she was definitely still a saddle. She just was, again, an untrained one.
She performed saddlery duties at that time.
Yes.
It's when she moved into the castle with Midas that she could step back from that role.
But she starts to tell Rip the truth. She thanks him, even if everything's been a trick, and she's just a pawn in his game with Midas. She's so grateful because he's the reason she's seeing herself clearly for the first time.
Ever.
Ever.
And she finally admits that she's been in a cage of her own making. Yes, Midas threw her in a cage, a literal cage, but she's been in her own cage of her own making too. And that Rip finally reacts. But it's not like this big, like, I fucking told you moment, which is what I would have had. He just, a quiet exhale, just the relief that comes when that light bulb clicks with someone, you know, that you've been wanting to shake and just be like, you are better than this forever. It's just that moment of like, you got it. Nice.
And then he tells her.
Okay. He doesn't tell her in the way that I think he should have, but he drops the bomb that says, it doesn't matter that you sent that letter, not in the way you think. Midas already knew. Midas knew that she had been kidnapped. So this whole time, just to backtrack a little bit, this whole time, Oren's been chilling with the Fourth Army, convinced that Midas is freaking out and doesn't know, and like as soon as he found out, would come and save her and
tear the world apart.
Swoop in all of his Midas glory to come rescue her.
On a golden horse.
Of course. Maybe not her, or maybe not the other saddles and the guards, but her specifically, he would come and rescue, right? And the fact that he already knew and he didn't come, I think that shooketh Oren.
And also, guys, we actually had a conversation about this note, this letter at the end of Guild, and Gabby and I thought that it was Queen Melina. We were torn. We thought it was Ravenger.
Yeah, I thought it was Queen Melina.
And I think I was pretty much sure it was Ravenger.
Yeah. We know for sure that
we knew it was one of the two.
I still would not be surprised if Queen M did send one and we just don't know about it. I'm still on that horse. Either. I don't think we'll ever find out. I think that's going to be in the unedited version that Raven will never, ever let us read. But Raven Kennedy, if you're listening, did Queen Melina send a letter? I need to know.
Can you put that on one of your Friday facts? You know what? You don't even have to tag us in it. Just put it as one of your Friday fun facts. And I will know.
It keeps me up at
that it's meant for me. I will know that it's meant for us, and I will send it to Gabby as soon as I see it. You have no idea.
But anyway, Ravenger sent a letter to Midas the day that they shifted ownership.
Yes. The day that ownership changed from the Red Raids to him.
Yeah. Which means all of this guilt that Oren has been feeling for sending this letter from Your Precious was for nothing. Okay, I mean, she should feel guilty. She absolutely should feel guilty. But the letter didn't change the course of history or anything. If anything, it should prove to Oren that she doesn't matter as much to Midas as she thinks she does.
And now she's just tired.
That's got to be exhausting, right? Like, you believe one thing, you believe in one person so much, and then just to have it all kind of come crumbling down, that's got to be exhausting.
And heartbreaking.
Yes.
But at the same time, do you think that there was that little piece that was just like, thank God I didn't actually
do anything. I didn't change anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I think maybe there had been a little teeny tiny ember of it.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why Midas still didn't do anything. Because you and I know, you know, and I know, and Midas knows what Orin knows, that Orin's not telling anyone else. And so I feel like Midas should be scrambling a lot more than what we're seeing. However, all of these chapters have only been from
Our
Orin
point of
or
view.
Queen Melina's POV that we've
Yeah,
seen so far.
So we have no idea what's going on in his mind.
We don't know how much he's scrambling. We don't know anything.
Mm-mm.
But I feel like that fucker should be scrambling.
Yeah. Now, to take her mind off of what she is trying to not think about now, she asks Rip again, because she had asked him earlier, which we did not actually tell you guys, but she had asked him earlier why he was out by himself on a night like this.
Away from the campfire, away from the
Away-
soldiers.
Yeah. And he finally points up, and the sky starts to turn a bluish color, or the moon
Yep,
starts
the
to turn
moon
a
has
bluish color.
a bluish hue to it.
And there's shooting stars.
They start like falling. It's the stars are described as falling, and I picture it falling like straight down, not like shooting stars. So maybe closer to the starfall fall
Yeah.
that
Maybe.
is talked about in Akatar.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
So, and he tells her it's called a morning moon.
Mourning as in sad, as in I'm mourning.
Yes.
Not it's the morning, which is also sad. But it only happens every few years. It's not something that happens quarterly, you know, like the full moon. But it's an old Fae tradition. The Fae used to gather to watch the morning moon.
To say goodbye to people that are lost already?
Yeah, to mourn those that are gone.
Or, yes.
Yeah.
So they watch it together for a while.
She doesn't know what he's mourning. She's just there with him. And she's being quiet, she's being respectful. She knows that this means something more to him than what he's letting on. And then they start talking about what they're mourning. And Orin talks about her history a little bit, about her past. And she tells him, like, I wasn't just in Highbell. I've been in all of these other kingdoms, but I'm originally from Anwin, the Fae realm. She finally admits that she's Fae, and she feels something crack inside of her.
I mean, she'd already admitted it, but I think it's the first time she's said Anwin in so long.
Yeah. I think it's the first time she's admitted she's from the Fae realm. So, like, a full-blooded Fae, not just a half-blood Fae or anything like that. Like, she is about as pure as you get, which we find out much later. So they watch the moon for a little bit, and then Rip tells her that it's time to go. And Orin is kind of scrambling. She's all up in her feelings, and she knows that she's running out of time with Rip. Because tomorrow they're going to reach Fifth Kingdom's castle, and King Ravenger is going to be there, so it won't be just Rip, it won't be just Midas, but King Ravenger will also be there. And she's afraid of how much she's going to miss Rip.
I'm sad for her.
I am sad for her. I'm sad that she won't admit it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of nice for her to realize that she can't lie about it to herself anymore.
True. I guess there's yeah. No matter how much she tries to shove it away.
And then we're at chapter 32.
The army finally arrives.
Yeah.
All right, so the army is on edge. They had finally arrived to Fifth Kingdom. They can see its Ranhold Castle in the distance, the icy walls blending into the frostbitten mountains, a fortress carved from winter itself, and everyone knows that Midas is inside.
Midas is inside.
Midas is inside.
Yeah.
Orin has spent the past however many days, weeks, with the sole focus, the sole concern of trying to get back to Midas and convinced that that is the right thing. And that all of this was just fun, big, like, detour to get home. But seeing the castle, it doesn't make her feel better. No. It doesn't make her feel excited or relieved. It just feels wrong.
So who comes to talk to her? Judd. Our yellow-haired man.
Mustard-haired.
Can we talk about his hair for a minute?
They focus a lot on it.
There's So I was wondering about that because normally when you see someone with yellow hair, they call them golden haired. They never call him golden haired. They never call anything gold other than stuff that's been gilded and orange.
Yeah, they specifically refer to him as mustard yellow.
Mustard yellow, yellow hair, hair is glowing,
but not gold.
but never golden.
Well, Orin's the only one who can be gold.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to point that out though, because I was like sitting there thinking about it, going, that's like a detour from the norm.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't connect that dot, so good for you.
But Judd sees her
Spiraling.
and says, all right, let's go. I got a job for you. So this job might seem somewhat familiar if you've read earlier chapters of this book, because what happens is Judd leads her to the left flank to steal the infamous barrel of wine.
But they get caught. They do get caught trying to steal it. And poor Orin. And like,
he gives the best reason. At least it's a believable lie.
I would be so embarrassed if I was Orin.
So they get caught by a guard from the left flank, and she kind of picks on
female.
She is female, and she is picking on Judd, and Judd is picking on her about how the left flank and the right flank are sissies. And she's like, why are you here? And he's like, we were just looking for Lou because Gildy here needs some
supplies,
woman things, if you know what I mean. And that's kind of how he says it.
Yep.
And she is mortified, which you just said. I think I just took your word. Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah.
She is just like, dude,
how dare you?
And just when she's about to say no, when the nice guard asks,
he stomps
on her foot. It's hilarious.
Yeah. It's a great scene. And
it really is.
Okay. So first off, there's nothing embarrassing about having your period. Women have that everywhere. That being said, I'm in my 30s and I still get embarrassed buying tampons. So I can only imagine what Orin's going through. Anyway, so they steal the wine.
The barrel.
Yep. There's some near miss attempts or near miss moments of getting caught. Some very sneaky maneuvers. And Orin is like, so this is just a thing then? Like you guys just steal the barrel from each other? And Judd's just like, yep, this is the best wine at camp. So
everything else tastes like horse piss.
Yep.
Which is a very vivid and
yep.
It gives you a flavor.
Yeah, that I don't want to think about. So my question to you, do you think the left flank is all women and the right flank is all men? Or is the left flank mainly women?
I think it's predominantly women, yes.
Do you think that's because Lou is the captain of the left flank?
Maybe. Or maybe it was a decision to keep them separate so that they're not sharing tents.
Maybe.
Not just so we're clear, folks, it's not because I think that the men are going to be inappropriate with the women, like unwillingly.
Right.
I just think that the pregnancy rate in the army would go up if they were sharing tents.
So, okay.
So keeping them separate is good for Ravenger and Commander Rip because it keeps the pregnancy rate lower.
From a military strategy perspective, though, predominantly, especially in this world, are considered weaker. So would it make sense then to keep them all on one flank, or would it make more sense to intersperse them amongst the flanks?
I think that they probably intersperse them in the flanks during battles. Although keeping them all on the left flank would really be like tricky.
Boys versus girls.
They would be like, everybody would be like, oh, let's hit that left flank. Right. And oh boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy.
Would there be some just gross over calculations there? They would definitely be underestimating those women.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So I do think that left flank is probably predominantly women. I think there are women in other areas too.
Sure.
But I think the bulk of them are with Lou.
Do you think that Lou intentionally picks predominantly women, or do you think that just happens to be?
I think it just happens. I don't think that Lou is that way.
Or do you think like women are gravitating towards Lou because it's nice to serve under a woman?
That I could see.
I could see that. I had to talk myself through that one.
I could see that.
But yeah, So Judd and Oren bond over stealing the wine back from Lou that Oren helped steal originally from Judd.
Yes.
And it's exactly what Oren needed in that moment. She was kind of spiraling, right? She was.
Yep.
They're on the cusp of war, essentially over her. So she just needed to feel normal again, and this is the closest to normal that she could get, especially with the Fourth Kingdom.
And Judd was the best person for this situation.
Again, he's so underrated. He's one of those characters that's funny and everyone looks to him for a joke, but he's smart. He's not a dumb character.
Yes, I agree with that.
And he even calls her out and says, "You had that look about you." She says, "Which one?" And he says, "The look of a person about to face battle." He knows what it's like to go into battle. And he knows how to, I don't want to say manipulate, but work with a person who's facing it for maybe the first time or just is uncomfortable with it. But I think that's the first time anyone says that there's a battle happening out.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
And then there's Rip.
Rip. So Judd and Oren kind of walk back towards her tent. They're Rip in her tent.
The commander's tent.
And Rip is waiting for her. And he's not happy. His posture is too stiff. He's unreadable. And there's this weird energy about him. Like he's got something to say.
Yeah.
Judd bails. Judd's like, "This is not for me." And just fucking bails.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then fucking Rip.
Love it. Whatever.
This is such a
pretend.
It's such a dude fucking move. Such a dude move. He doesn't corner her, but he asks Oren, "Do you want to stay? Not go back to Midas, but do you want to stay?" And Oren's like, "What? Where did this come from?"
But at least he's giving her a choice.
He's giving her a choice, and she's never had a choice.
He could have given it to her before.
Yeah, it feels like manipulation, but it's not. It's not a trick. It's not manipulation. He is just giving her a choice. And she's never had a choice in anything before.
Yeah.
And this
she freaks.
Yeah. She panics. She's just, and like, what would you do if you were in that situation? You're madly in love with Midas because you're dumb and in your 20s. Yeah.
But you're right. Well, at the beginning of this, she was definitely in love with Midas.
100%. There's no question.
And now there's a question.
But remember, it takes women, I want to say like the average is women leaving men like 5 times from an abusive household before it like finally sticks. 5 to 7 times before it finally sticks. This is the first time Oren's been away from Midas ever. Since they blinked up. I think her, even though she's grappling with all of these emotions and all of these thoughts and all of this insecurity, it's so comfortable for her to like, her default is always going to be, "I'm going back to Midas." Whether that's right or wrong, whether that's true or not, that's going to be her default. She's worked so hard up to this point to get there.
And then she tells him she can't stay.
Which just, that has to be frustrating and heartbreaking, and I don't even know for Rip. Like, I can't imagine putting your heart out like that, which is what he was doing. Oren doesn't recognize it that way, right?
Yeah.
But that's what he was doing is, I can make it so you can stay. I just need to know.
Yeah.
There's a big secret coming later. That's why he can make it happen. But, like, I can't imagine just being like, "I can do this for you, but you have to say the word," and then being turned down.
Yeah. And then when he asks her why not.
Oh, God, she doesn't have a good answer.
Yeah, there's no good answer. There's nothing.
Because there is no good reason. Oren! I want to strangle her.
At one point, she's like, "I'm trying to prevent a war." But I don't think she realizes that Fourth Army is just going to decimate these guys. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to be able to win anyway. It doesn't matter.
Sixth Kingdom is a bunch of pansies. Love Sale, love Digby. They're great guys. But
yeah,
they're not war trained the way that the Fourth Army is.
And they've basically already destroyed Fifth Kingdom's army.
Yep. So,
it's pretty much gone.
Yeah. And this, I'm going to say denial Orin saying that she is going to stick with the original plan of going back to Midas makes Rip so mad. And it should. Rip has every right to be angry in this. And he lays into her. He keeps you like a pet. He uses you. He manipulates you. It's all stuff she's heard before.
He kept me safe.
He loves me for me. He'll change. It'll be different this time. Which I think is something she actually says, is that it will be different this time. But, like, from Orin's perspective, and she tells Rip this, she throws everything back at Rip. Her past, her survival, according to Orin, no one has ever cared for her, about her, before Midas. He kept her safe, which is what you said, yeah. And Rip knows the difference between being safe and being caged. And that's something that no one can teach Orin. That's something she's gonna have to figure out for herself. Especially being a Taurus, we tend to learn better by failing than listening.
I mean, she could really just be any stubborn sign. But he absolutely hates it, and he's just like, fine, go.
And Orin throws back into his face, I told you, I'm always going to choose him. Which just feels like salt on the wound for Rip.
Poor guy.
I feel for him. Rip gave her an out. He finally gave her a chance to be free, and she said no.
She said no, and I don't okay, I'm not beating a dead horse. I'm just gonna be Elsa in this one. It's fine.
Just let it go?
Yeah, it's fine.
If it makes you feel any better,
fine.
Even Orin doesn't believe her own words anymore.
No, she knows she made the wrong choice.
But they have time together, and that's not something you just throw away either. They've been together for 10 years, at least.
Midas and her, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. She knows going back to Midas is a mistake, but she also can't ignore the time. It's an investment, right?
Yeah.
And she also knows that Rip isn't just a captor. He's the only person who's ever pushed her to see what she's worth.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Well, now I'm going to be excited about our next chapter. It's the arrival of our favorite king.
Yes. We finally get to meet King Ravager. We haven't officially met him yet. We met him on the pirate ship, right? No, we only met Commander Rip there. This is the first time we're meeting.
This is the first time we're seeing King Ravager. King Rot.
King Rot. So you know how, like, in every horror movie, there's that moment where, like, people know that the monster is coming?
Because the air sizzles.
Something is wrong and powerful, and there's nowhere to hide.
Yes.
Yeah, that's this chapter. So King Ravager's power, King Rot, his power to rule the Fourth Kingdom is he has the power to make things rot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very clever nickname with the King Rot. But I think we talked about that with the first book.
We did. Yeah. We gave a rundown of all the kings and queens of their powers.
Well, and we talked about how he rotted some of the captors from the Fifth Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was gross.
So Orin is, of course, unprepared for this. She has spent all this time preparing to get back to Midas.
Yeah.
Not preparing for King Rot.
My guess is she's picturing King Ravager as, like, folky.
Yeah, I agree.
Like an older,
paunchy, yeah,
king.
But he is...
Boy, Ravager is not that king.
He is not. He is not. He descends from the sky, him and 5 other people, on the Timberwings.
Yay, Timber.
Yep. So the Timberwings are lions with wings, I guess. I don't know. I still picture them. Well, they have the maw. Dragon maw, maybe? I don't know. Are you looking for a picture?
I am looking for the description of them that we talked about in our 5th episode, which was Guild Chapters 18 through 23.
All right, what are Timberwings?
Timberwings look like a giant eagle with a dragon maw. I think they're pretty, but you thought they were disgusting.
Terrifying.
You thought they were terrifying.
And Orin also does not like them.
Orin does not like them.
But, okay, so...
Raven Kennedy Books does actually have a picture on her Instagram of them.
I will never look at it.
Oh, okay. Well, in case anybody else wants to look.
So King Ravager descends from the sky on his Timberwings, they're rare. The
Yes.
numbers are very small. And the moment that his feet touch the earth, Orin feels it. Not sees it, feels it. But she feels something, and no one else does.
Well, because she's Fae. Well, she has power, just like he does. And she's Fae, but the power.
It's the pulse of something wrong, something suffocating, and something so consuming that it spreads to the very ground beneath him. And that's when she realizes what she's dealing with. So, okay, we know in order to rule any kingdom, the rulers must have some sort of power, which means they must be Fae of some
Adjacent.
sort. Yes, yeah, Fae heritage.
Yes.
But the fact
it has to be somewhere in their lines.
Yes, the fact that she never felt anything with Folky, she never felt his power, even when he was duplicating things.
That's because he didn't have this kind of power.
You think it's because it was the sheer volume of power?
I think it's because he's Fae.
Like 100% pure Fae? Okay, well then, Orin, how many pure Fae are hanging out in the world?
3.
Yep. No.
That she knows of.
Only 2.
Right now, as far as she's concerned, there are 3.
Who are the 3?
Commander Rip, King Ravenger, and her.
Okay.
No.
Fine. You're right. See, a Taurus can admit when someone else is right. Okay, anyway. She feels the power because he is pure Fae.
Yes.
Or at least stronger percentage Fae than what she's used to dealing with.
Yes.
So every step that King Rot takes, he's rotting the ground, which is just him showing off, honestly. Like,
yeah, because he can control this.
Yeah. It's controlled, which is the most terrifying part. Is it's not just the power, but the restraint and the control of the power, which is something that Orin lacks and needs to work on.
Yes.
Yep. The Fourth Kingdom army, totally unaffected. They know how to handle this, and Orin finally gets what everyone has been talking about with King Ravenger.
That Midas never stood a chance.
And he still doesn't.
And he needs to understand that King Rot will just turn him into whatever he wants. Probably something nasty like he did the Fifth Kingdom.
Well,
soldiers.
Midas kind of deserves it.
Yeah.
But Orin realizes,
Yeah.
How do I say this? Yeah, Midas isn't a king. He's a man playing dress up. True power doesn't need to be flaunted. True power is going to exist whether acknowledge it or not. Like, it's just, especially power to that magnitude and control.
And she understands now why people flock to him.
Instead of King Midas.
Yes.
So let's talk about this for a minute. How do you think captors of the Sixth Kingdom are treated?
In general, or just the ones that are with her?
In general.
I don't think that they keep captors.
Not the Fourth Kingdom. What I mean is, if the Sixth Kingdom took captors, how do you think the Sixth Kingdom treats their captors? Sorry, I was not very clear.
I was like, I mean, they were kind of nice to him.
We had a whole discussion about it.
They seemed really nice. I am pretty sure they just put them in a dungeon
and
torture them.
Yeah.
Until they get everything that they can out of them and either gild them, or if they don't want to waste the gold, although it is Midas, so chances are good that he's still gonna go ahead and chop them up and gild them anyway, because then he can just melt them down into coin.
Ugh.
My God, that's
why would
disgusting.
you say that? All right, that's fair. That's something I just wanted to talk about. Anyway, back to Orin and King Ravenger. Orin is watching all of this go down. She's standing on a hill, away from everyone, kind of watching it happen. And the Fourth Army is just massive and is just going to swallow the Fifth Kingdom. Yeah. Like, with no problem.
And she's just sitting there trying to decide if she made the wrong choice.
She did.
She absolutely did.
100% she did.
Do we have to do chapter 34? Yes, we do. We have
to do chapter 34.
Final goodbyes for now.
Tick tock.
This is it.
This is all the choices that Orin has made in this book are kind of coming to a head right now. Every defense of Midas, every hesitant step towards Rip, every doubt that has haunted her, they finally are coming to a head in this one decision, and it's will she stay or will she go? And she chooses Midas because she's doesn't have a frontal lobe that's developed and is making terrible fucking choices. I don't know how parents do it. But anyway, she picks Midas because, again, she's fucking dumb.
I think at this point, after she realized how big the army is, she thought she was saving people.
I truly think that's what she was thinking too. Like,
Yeah.
she was just trying to minimize loss. But so before we even get to like everything that happens, Midas refuses to even meet with Ravenger unless they pony up Orin as a
Yeah.
show of good faith.
Yeah.
Such bullshit. So Orin has to climb on a horse and travel through no man's land between Fourth and Fifth Kingdom. She does have a couple escorts with her. Osric and Rip are both with her as escorts. And yeah, they bring her back to the Fifth Kingdom. And yeah.
She's got a moment with Osric, which is really sweet.
It is. It kind of cements their friendship, I feel like.
It does. You know, she asks him, does it still make you mad looking at me? Does it still piss you off?
And he says yes, but not in the way you think, which leaves us readers wondering why. Why does it make you mad? What changed?
Why do you think, Orin?
I think now he's mad for her and not at her.
I think if Lou would have gone down there, she would have just bitch slapped her. That's why Lou is not one of the people that's walking her down.
That and Osric is a lot more terrifying than Lou. Like, just strictly from a person perspective.
Physical point of view, I guess. Rip and Osric are the two scarier ones, I guess.
I mean, Lou is definitely more terrifying when it comes to stealthy maneuvers.
She is intimidating.
Yep.
Of course, she could be out doing some stealth maneuvers right now anyway, but
yeah,
we don't know.
And she's got the perfect stealth powers too, which we'll get into
we'll find out later.
Yeah. Yep.
And then she's got her goodbye with Rip.
Rip touches her, not like intimately or grossly, but like helps her out of the saddle, and that freaks everyone in the Fifth Kingdom out. It makes them so uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then he's gone.
Then he just leaves.
And Orin watches him go bye-bye. And then she has to go with Midas.
Yeah, and that's how the chapter ends, is her walking in, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's
all, folks.
All right, guys. So if you have not read more than this,
read up.
Because next week we're going to be finishing Glint.
And then we'll do our recap episode.
We will. So excited about that.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. There's a lot more that happened in this book. But thank you so much for listening to Corks and Cauldron. Be sure to follow us at Corks and Cauldron on all your favorite socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads.
And if you enjoyed the episode, please rate and review us. Share us with your book besties or booksties. I'm making it a thing, guys. Tell the world. It's the best way to spread the word and help our podcast grow. Corks and Cauldron is a self-funded labor of love, and your support helps keep the magic alive.
And our glass is full.
And please join our Patreon community today at patreon.com/corksandcauldron, and maybe even treat us to a bottle of wine.
Our next episode drops next Thursday. We'll deep dive into chapters 35 through 40, and that's it. That's the end of the book.
Yeah. So until then, eat,
drink,
and get lost in a good book.
Please, 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 please rate and review us. It's really the best way to get us out there.
Yes.
And if you have feedbacks on any of these new outlines that we're doing, or whatever, if you have a wine suggestion, I love a good wine suggestion. Let us know.
Recipes. Let us know.
Yeah. All right, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.